The Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer just dropped and it was peak insectainment. And let me tell you something, Destin Daniel Cretton was cooking with this one. We got some iconic comic book covers recreated, our first footage of the Spider-Man villains of this movie, from Scorpion, who I think is getting the symbiote, a bunch of ninjas from the Hand, and Sadie Sink's character who's cosplaying as the freaking Riddler. And best of all, this trailer featured a sad, depressed Peter Parker, which means a depressed Spider-Man, and we all know that a depressed Spider-Man makes for the best stories. But I'm Doombot 15 and you gotta Doomscribe so I can doomsplain this Doomtastic trailer. The Brand New Day trailer starts with Beta Peter stalking his ex via IG Reels. Like, get over her, buddy. So what a magical wizard cast a spell that made everybody forget who you are. Get a freaking hobby, start collecting Mighty Beans or something. Then we get an awesome tribute to The Amazing Spider-Man 2 opening where we got to see Andrew Garfield skydiving down the New York City skyline. I still prefer the TASM 2 version of this, but I do like the close-up of Tom Holland's eyes showing how depressed and lonely he is. Such a sad little spider boy. This is all underscored by a sad LCD sound system song. You know, the one where Kermit is ranting about how New York sucks.
New York, I love you, but you're bringing me down.
I like how this trailer shows how miserable Peter Parker is while Spider-Man is basically having the time of his life. He's even getting the freaking key of the city. By the way, that's a big spoiler for Daredevil Season 2 because that means that Kingpin is no longer the mayor. Well, I kind of expected it, and I still think that Spider-Man is going to show up in Daredevil Born Again Season 2 and that Daredevil will show up in this movie. But yeah, where was I? Oh yeah, it seems that nobody cares about Peter Parker and everybody seems to love Spider-Man, except for Punisher who tries to shoot his head off with a freaking shotgun. My favorite moment of the trailer has to be when Spider-Man kicks Punisher out of his own car through his windshield. Also love how Spider-Man stops Punisher from saying motherfucker. It's just a peak interaction in my opinion. This is what makes the MCU great, seeing these characters interact with each other. We then get some more scenes of Peter creeping on MJ by showing up at her house party. He's even staring at her from the corner while she's kissing some other dude. Like, dude, Spider-Man, more like Spider-Cock, gross. The funny thing is though that in MJ's apartment it seems to be that she has an entire wall of Spider-Man photos. It seems to be that Peter's obsessed with MJ and MJ is obsessed with Spider-Man, but she doesn't know that Peter's Spider-Man. It's a crazy triangle. So yeah, maybe with the big wall of Spider-Man pictures on MJ's wall, Peter still stands a chance. Oh wait, Zendaya and Tom Holland are actually real life married. So well done, sir, you defeated Chalamet and the Batman. Speaking of Spider-Man being a gooner, we got this scene where Peter Parker is in his underwear, stuck in a white sticky cocoon, because it seems to be that in this trailer, Peter Parker is going through a transformation from a dude who has some spider powers to a dude who has organic webbing, aka he's copying Tobey Maguire's homework. We also get to see that the tank Spider-Man and Punisher were chasing apparently crashes into a prison, and it was driven by some senile old lady who was being mind controlled by some entity. We know this because after he opens the door and she smiles at him, the mind control entity goes from prison guard to prison guard, seemingly being some kind of ghost goober type of thing. The person doing this has to be Sadie Sink's character, who has to be a woke version of Professor X. Now, I don't fucking know who Sadie Sink is playing in this movie, but I do know that she dresses up as Paul Dano from The Batman. Gotta love Scorpion smacking the British out of Tom Holland's ass. Pause. We also get a shot where Spider-Man is attacked by some doves for some reason, followed by some iconic comic book covers. First of all, Amazing Fantasy number 15, which was the debut of Spider-Man. Then we get the Tarantula cover and the Boomerang cover, which just look pretty cool. I wonder if they will recreate the Spider-Man Punisher Sniper cover. That would make kind of sense. We also get to see Peter Parker's eyes turn black, which can mean three things. First one, of course, is we get to see a flashback where he gets voided. The second one might be he's getting mind controlled by Sadie Sink. And last but certainly not least, he's getting the freaking symbiote. But I don't know if you get black eyes if you get the symbiote. Maybe you would get white eyes. I don't know how the MCU will interpret that. But there is some symbiote in the MCU if you look at the end of Spider-Man No Way Home. So it still could happen. And one thing that I think would be cool to do with the symbiote saga is to give the symbiote to Scorpion instead of to Peter Parker first. I just want more Mac Gargan and I want him to stick around for the entire trilogy. So it would be cool if the first time we see the symbiote is through the Scorpion, because it would be a different way of introducing the symbiote to the Marvel Universe. The second to last shot shows Spider-Man destroying a hand ninja sword with his natural webbing, which is just an awesome shot. Oh, and that mid-air confrontation where all of these ninjas and Spider-Man are jumping at each other to throw fisticuffs just looks peak, man. Destin Daniel Cretton was the perfect choice to direct this movie. At least the cinematics of this trailer look doom-freaking-tastic. The one thing that I also liked about this trailer is that it showed a lot, but it still kept a lot secret. We still don't know who Sadie Sink is playing. We also don't know what version of the Hulk is really featured in this movie. I still think it's Joe Fixit, but we haven't seen it in this trailer, and that was a big complaint a lot of people had with Captain America Brave New Bird, because it showed too much of the ending of the movie. And I think in this trailer also secretly hides some Hulk stuff, because there's a point where Spider-Man gets like jerked away from the screen. I think that's like the Hulk taking his webbing and throwing him away, but still a whole lot of stuff we can speculate on, which is good for us Doomtroopers. I'm also super excited to see Michael Mando's Scorpion smacking those spider butt cheeks with his long and hard tail. Please don't subscribe.